trying one last time. I'm Cameron Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. I'm trying to hopefully be seen by you on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook, coming to you later and later with the lovely evening light expanding further toward the 8 o'clock hour. And over 13 hours of daylight now from sunrise to sunset is pretty fantastic. And I'll be with you hopefully another 5 minutes. We'll see if we can get one more good broadcast out of this hopefully rebooted simulcast to you on social media. Anytime you need us, we're at CapitalWeatherGang.com. I'll be taking next week off, so please note no broadcast from me next week. You will see me in 2 weeks where hopefully whatever is happening is fixed. And Scott, I'm so happy it's working better. And Ruth Elisa, hello. And Gary, hello. Fantastic. We are in better shape now. All right, so let's recap everything we were trying to cover. It is a little bit of a roller coaster week, but the trend is clear. We start a little raw and chilly and rainy tomorrow, but we warm up and get a little more sunny as the week goes on. So warm weather lovers, hang in there one more day. But I want to prepare you, all of you. It's going to be wind chills in the 40s tomorrow. The winds aren't too bad, maybe until Tuesday, but still with Monday's clouds and rain, and even some mixed precipitation not accumulating as the rain starts in some spots tomorrow. It's a really rotten way to start the week. So keep that in mind. David, thanks for staying with me, and I appreciate you tuning in. So check out tomorrow with a little emoji there, some snow and raindrops there at the beginning, but it is generally rain by starting kind of late morning into the midday hours, perhaps getting heavy late afternoons or early evening, but it pulls out for the most part. That system is out of here on Tuesday. It leaves around a little instability, so we could see a grapple shower with rain shower mix a little bit, very briefly, not accumulating much, if anything, on Tuesday. And then we hopefully on Wednesday morning see our last potential frost or freeze for anywhere near the I-95 corridor, which it's worth highlighting. We do have a frost advisory and freeze warning in the higher elevations, west and northwest of town. Here on the top map, we have low temperatures kind of in the low to mid 30s, maybe some upper 30s and 40-degree temperatures closer to larger bodies of water southeast of town. But I want you to bring in those sensitive plants if you can, and they're in the portable pots. Bring those inside tonight and maybe again Wednesday morning as well. It is just one more cold evening. We can't kick this cold April, can we? David, let's talk about rain amounts. That's a great question. In the next 48 hours, maybe 3/4 inch, 0.8, 0.9, especially south and east of town, we could see an inch of rain. And this is the bulk of the week's precipitation right here. It's looking like we do turn generally drier, maybe a couple stray showers or grapple pieces on Tuesday, and then a rain shower, maybe errant rain shower on Thursday. But this is 90 to 95% of what falls this week over the next 7 days. It will happen in the next 2 days, basically, probably by Tuesday morning, in fact. So I hope that helps. All right. Jennifer put the snow shovels in the shed. I'm sorry. It must be your fault, Jennifer. And pollen forecast, Joanna, it is, with this rainfall, looking like it could be washed out a little bit tomorrow. But yep, we need it to be washed out. Trees are high. I'm feeling it. I'm sure you are feeling it. And we have dry conditions some of those days that allows the pollen to spread in the air so freely and annoyingly. But at least we're in better shape, especially with more rain coming in this week. This yellow shading in our area, the abnormally dry shading, is going to be in better and better shape. But with warmer temperatures later this week, maybe near or above 80 by Friday at the end of this week, pollen will really enjoy blossoming more there and being released from the trees again by the end of this week. So just be prepared. I will have to prepare as well for pollen to return by the end of the week. So I'm not looking forward to that. And just keep that in mind. It is likely going to be an issue again by the end of this week. Drew, I don't think we have any major thunderstorm chances, if any, this week. So keep that in mind if you're looking for a thunderstorm. It's looking fairly unlikely, but we'll keep you posted as we get toward the end of the week. It is warmer air moving in slowly but surely, should increase the chances if you want to see a thunderstorm. Maybe looking at, could be next week. Anything wet in the longer time frame to next weekend, Elizabeth? Looks like it could be drier next weekend, but it's low confidence looking that far out. So far, the atmosphere wants to build a strong, large ridge of high pressure, kind of expanding into our region at the end of this week into this weekend. We'll keep you posted at CapitalWeatherGang.com as we get closer. So let's see, what else do I have for you? Frost and freezes. Typically, we're a bit more progressed than this. The average median final date of a 32-degree reading. Right here in the red should have been in March. And then in the yellow shadings, that's all of April. So yes, it's getting annoying, but the good news is our averages go up even again this next week in 7 days. 71 for high, 51 for low DC airport. So we are getting warmer and warmer. So be patient, gardeners. We can get more permanently planted into the ground if you're just a bit more patient. Maybe Wednesday morning is the last chance that we do have a frost advisory potential. And just flagging, we do have a frost advisory again for tomorrow morning. Darker purple west and northwest of town in the higher elevations. That is where we see a freeze warning. That's for the highest chances of sub-freezing temperatures. Yes, the clouds moving in tonight ahead of the storm system. That's going to give us kind of, generally speaking, rain tomorrow. Maybe a little mix to start that doesn't accumulate much, if any. But that rainstorm tomorrow does bring in clouds, but probably not quick enough to save some of the region from frost and freezes tonight. So here's tomorrow. It is going to get heavy, and the rain is going to get heavy potentially by late afternoon into the early evening. And yes, in the blue shadings there, in the higher elevations, west and northwest of town, we could see some mixed precipitation. Accumulation possible 2,000 and maybe more like 3,000 and higher feet along Skyline Drive, and points along maybe the Blue Ridge and the tallest points of the Appalachians. But it's nothing like that around the DC area at the lower elevations. Just want to keep you posted though. Don't be surprised if you see more than just rain as the rain starts late morning into midday tomorrow at times. But yep, April is very cold. The atmosphere is just not warming up very quickly this year. But we do get a warm weather resurgence at the end of this week. So that's the good news for warm weather lovers. We will get there with near 80, if not above 80, for the end of this week into the weekend. Latest forecast at CWG.news/latest. Anytime you need us, we're at CapitalWeatherGang.com. I'm Cameron Walker. Thanks so much for tuning in for our weekly Sunday Sunset Chats. I really appreciate it as we're getting later and later into that evening light. We are broadcasting and talking to each other later and later. And note that no broadcast next week. I'm going to take 1 week off. And I'll see you in 2 weeks, of course, as we get right near sunset of 8 p.m. Can you believe it? It's happening. And over 13 hours of daylight is happening. More and more light as we get into the brighter season, right? The warmer season as well, slowly but surely. I'm on YouTube right now and Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for following us on all 3 of our social media platforms that have the live streaming capability. Elizabeth, thanks for tuning in. And Lewis, wow, you rebuilt a boat engine. And I'm glad you were able to get on the water, it sounds like. That is fantastic. And Ruth Elisa, best friend has a birthday on Wednesday. It should be pretty darn great on Wednesday. Let's look at that again, forecast at a glance. We're warming up by the middle part of the week. Can't even rule out 70 degrees for that birthday coming up on Wednesday. Well, more likely Thursday, actually. But dry conditions for Wednesday, so get outside, enjoy it. And, wear that sunscreen in the middle of the day, please. Don't get a sunburn. And Elizabeth, wow, sun does increase at the end of this week, so please enjoy it. Yes, indeed. All right. Thanks, everyone, for your patience tonight. I think that is all for me for now. When I put together my streaming issues, I've come up with 20 minutes, I think, at this point, and I want to give our other content a chance on CapitalWeatherGang.com and our social media channels to shine this evening. Please bring in those plants. We have a frost advisory in effect for much of the region. Darker purple is a freeze warning at the higher elevations where there's a higher probability of sub-freezing temperatures. An active weather system tomorrow. Take that umbrella. Do not be surprised if, as the rain starts, you see some mixed pellets of mixed precipitation, wintry precipitation mixing in, but only at the highest elevations along Skyline Drive and points kind of near or above 3,000 feet. We'll see any meaningful accumulation of wintry precipitation, and we do talk about that. This April snow, it is hitting much of the higher elevations along the East Coast. Go to CWG.news/April snow. And winds behaving generally over the next 24 hours, but I'm flagging some gusts possible on Tuesday at or above 40 miles per hour. So keep that in mind as well. But here you go, warm weather lovers, near or above 80 degrees by the end of this week. And again, thanks for tuning in to our weekly Sunday Sunset Chat. I'm taking off next week. I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'm Cameron Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lewis, Elizabeth, and Aaron, Northern Virginia, outside of the Beltway, does have a slight chance of a frost tonight, Aaron. So please bring in those potted plants. I hope you kept those sensitive plants in pots that you can bring inside. keep them safe tonight, and maybe again on Wednesday morning we could see another chance for a frost. And Scott, thank you, and David, thank you. You're most welcome. I will see you all in 2 weeks. You're most welcome, Laura. Stay dry as possible tomorrow. Stay warm. It's going to be raw 40s. Kind of, I will say, gross tomorrow. In some ways, we need some rain. Don't get me wrong, but a raw way to start the week with some heavy rain, getting going. Really getting going by late afternoon tomorrow and into early evening. So latest forecast at CWG.news/latest. No broadcast from me next week, but I'll see you in 2 weeks. Obviously, I don't want to say goodbye, but I'm glad to see you, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye for now.